What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your Southampton versus Everton match preview. St Mary's on Sunday, 2 o'clock kickoff. It's going to be an interesting game, to be honest. Southampton come off the back of a 3-3 away draw at Chelsea, which was, you know, a great result for Southampton, really. And Everton go into the game still, again, full of confidence. 5 games unbeaten now in the Premier League, 13 points, top of the league. Be a good game. And equally, Everton will have a bit of pressure put on them because, mad that I'm saying this, but Aston Villa are currently second, unbeaten, have a better defensive and goal record than Everton in terms of, you know, they've scored less, but they've conceded a lot less as well. Villa have only conceded 2 goals this season, and they play at home to Leeds on Friday night. So Villa could be top of the league by the time we play Southampton. You know, so it's going to be, you know, all of a sudden it does put a little bit of that pressure on Everton to go to Southampton and get a win. And look, let's put it in perspective. At the start of the season, if you'd have said to me, after 5 games, you're going to be top of the league with 13 points, you'd take it. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think he scored 11 goals in 8 games or 9 games in total, you know, including England. So, you know, Everton look dangerous. There's just a key issue in this game for me. No Richarlison, no James Rodriguez, and no Coleman. So let's go through my team. First of all, Pickford starts in goal. He starts because, look, he did nothing wrong with Van Dijk. It was a rash challenge, but he did do nothing wrong. At left back, I'll go Luke Dean. Defensively, I'll go Mina, Keane and Godfrey at right back. I just think he'll offer a little bit more against, well, he certainly had a bit more pace against Southampton because, you know, as we always say with Southampton, they've got good players. They've got players with ability who can beat us everywhere. You know, Che Adams is quick, strong lad. He usually sits off, you know, and sort of will attack from that angle. Then you've got Danny Ings, who is just very clever at finding space. Redmond will make that space. Then you've got their midfield. It's just a difficult game for Everton, no doubt about it. You know, no getting around it. It's a very difficult game. So I'll stick Godfrey in at right back. Midfield 3. Sigurdsson, Allen, Doucouré. Sigurdsson starts over Gomez for me because I haven't been completely thrilled with Gomez this season. Yes, he's trying to get forward more, but as I said in the Liverpool preview, and it was justified, you know, it was justified because Gomez didn't have a good game at all. He won't get his shots off, Gomez. He plays very slowly, whereas at least Sigurdsson, I'm not saying he's the quickest player in the world, but he has got that ability to give himself a yard of space and get that shot off or beat a man and pass that ball. I don't feel like Gomez is that. Just don't, and I hate saying it because I love Gomez, but he just isn't that. Then you've got your other 2, which is, again, this is where we're weak now. This is where we're weak, and the reason we're weak is simply because we didn't go out and identify this. You know, we knew, in my opinion, we knew we needed a player in this position. We let Moise Keane go. It's left us short. It's left us short. And this is where we technically haven't got those players. So, obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin starts. But it's the 2 that sort of pivot off him that's a difficult one. Now, I suspect it'll be Iwobi and probably Bernard. I would have no problem with Nkounkou coming in and Iwobi playing as well. I'd have no problem with Nkounkou playing on that sort of left wing because I rate him. You know, he's physical, he's strong, he's quick, he's got the ability to beat people. So for me, that's the 3 I go. Nkounkou, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Iwobi. But it's not the team he'll play. You know, and I understand why. He won't want to play a left-back out of position. He certainly won't want to play a young left-back out of position. But I certainly think he's capable of that job. So that's my team. Everton have to... This is a really tough game for Everton. Let's not get this twisted. Southampton are a decent side. You know, if you look at the league table with Southampton, you know, they're okay. You know, they're okay. They're currently sitting in 12th, 7 points, 2 defeats, 2 wins and a draw. You know, and bearing in mind that draw was away at Chelsea. You know, they've certainly not doing too bad at all. And Everton, as I said, Everton go into this game confident, buoyant. You know, they've come away from a Liverpool game that yes, look, if it was offside, Everton are lucky. If they give a red card to Pickford, playing with 10 men for 80 minutes against Liverpool would be a very, very tall order, certainly at 1-0 down. So, look, there's no getting around it. Everton probably got a bit lucky on somewhere last season. No getting around it. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be confident. It doesn't mean we shouldn't go into this game going, right, these players aren't good enough to step in and replace Richarlison and Rodriguez, because they're going to have to. And the one positive I would say about Carlo Ancelotti is he's managed to get players to play better than what we've seen previous. Iwobi's looked a lot better than what he was. Sigurdsson looks a different player. As I say, Sigurdsson's gone from me saying sell him, I don't want him anywhere near the first team, to starting him in front of Gomez. So it's very interesting, and obviously we have got other options. Godfrey can come into midfield, and if Kenny's fit, Kenny can go at right back. There is players who can play. It just concerns me, the attacking wise, and having that player that's going to find that pass. And Sigurdsson's gonna have to step up, or one of the players who hasn't played is gonna have to step up. And I just worry that they won't. Southampton, as I discussed earlier, they will look for them pockets of spaces. They'll look for that intricate passing ball across the park. They've got some good players, Ward, Prowse, Redmond. They'll look to dominate that area, play them balls inside Che Adams or Redmond, or run onto them and put the ball across the box for Danny Ings. And that's where Everton have been weak this season. Balls coming in across our box. We let another one in against Liverpool. We let one in against Fleetwood doing that, by not stepping over and stepping across them. Mina against West Brom doesn't step out to Diangana and they score. Brighton, ball comes across the box. Everton need to just get that player that's going to close that down and stop that ball going in that box. Now, obviously, it's not going to happen all the time, and that's where you need your centre-backs switched on. And I just think a couple of times this season, Mina hasn't been. Equally, though, Mina was brilliant a couple of games ago, exceptional. So I'm certainly not sitting here slagging off Mina or Keane. I'm just saying they need to just maybe switch on to that ball coming across the box and just be a little bit more proactive in hunting that down. Yes, they're centre-halves, but they need to be clever about either going forward or backwards, depending on where that ball is going to be played in. Because you give Danny Ings a yard in the 6-yard box, I'd say it's going in. And look, let's not sugarcoat this. Yes, a lot of the Everton fans are behind Pickford now. Yes, I'm hoping that gives him a little bit more of a boost in confidence, knowing that the entire fan base is behind him because of what's happened. Maybe that all of a sudden has gone, right, these guys do like me still. They've got on my side. They've sent messages to my partner to just say, don't worry about it. The red shot are just absolute crazy or whatever. Maybe he comes into this game with a little bit like, thank you. Thank you, Everton fans. Thank you for supporting me. It's been a rough week. Let me show you what I've got. Maybe he comes into the game like that. Maybe he comes in not arsed. Who knows? What? None of us really know Jordan Pickford. But all I can say is that I'm hoping he comes into this game and he wants to repay us for the support that we have shown him. Because we have backed him. Let's not get this twisted. If that goal is not offside, which I still can't see why it's offside, but, we got the result, so thanks. But if that ball is struck by Henderson and it clearly hits Pickford's hand, it shouldn't be going in. It bounces off the top of the hand and he's there flapping to get it out the net. He knew it was his mistake. However, he got lucky the goal didn't count. So, look, I'm backing him. I'm backing Pickford. But it's not necessarily for footballing reasons. I want him to come good. What he's been through this week, no one should go through. And it's the media, it's Liverpool fans, even fan channels are guilty of criticising players too much. I certainly am. I saw the other day, on some of the other fan channels, that them saying that they don't fancy Pickford. And look, I get it. I don't either. But I just think we have to back him now, because if we dropped him out of the team right now, his confidence would be even lower than what it has been in the last couple of weeks. You know, so we've just got to back him, I think, for the next couple of weeks. Score prediction. This is going to be tough. I'm not going to sit here and say this isn't, but we are more than capable of winning this game. I'm going 1-0 Everton. I'm going a clean sheet and I'm going 1-0. Because I think if we can stop the supply from the little through intricate passes from Redmond, Ward-Prowse into Ings and Che Adams and players like that, we'll be fine. Defensively, Southampton ain't great. You know, we can get at their back four. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to be tasked with doing a lot of running because he's not going to have Richarlison, who doesn't stop running. He's not going to have him next to him. So for me, that's another reason I bring nkounkou in, because you do know he won't stop running. He literally will fight for every ball. You know, we've seen it time and time again when he's played against the teams that, you know, he played against West Ham, he's played against Salford. These aren't massive teams. He's played against Fleetwood. These aren't massively difficult teams. But he's played Premier League game against a Premier League team. I don't see any reason why not to bring him in. But that's, again, just my opinion. And I know a lot of you would disagree with that. And that's fine. That's what this channel is about. So, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. It is now... got to get this video edited and get it out. I shall see you soon. Peace.